Hello and welcome to NOV Live. Today I'm your host, Shelby Dumaine. And before we get going on the show, I did want to mention we're having a bit of bad weather here in Houston, Texas, where we kind of broadcast the show out from. So if our internet does cut out, we will let you know. We'll finish out the show next week. But I just wanted to say that in case of any technical difficulties. But for now, it seems like we're good to go. So we're going to go ahead with the show. We have a really great topic today, really great conversation planned for you. But before we bring our guests on and before we kind of dive into our topic, I wanted to bring on Kamal. She's going to tell you how, if you're watching the show, how you can get involved and how you can reach out to us later on. Hey, Kamal.
Hey, Shelby. Thank you so much for having me on the show. I'm so excited to be here. And I am so excited that we're all here live. And since we are a live show, I just wanted to go ahead and tell y'all I would be in the comment section, and I apologize for the noise if y'all hear the noise. But I will be in the comment section for LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. And if you have any questions for our guests, please feel free to go ahead and put them in there, and we will make sure to get to them by the end of the show. And if you have any questions after the show, please feel free to go ahead and send it over to socialmedia@nov.com. And now, time for the Rig Geek Post of the Week.
Rig Geeks Post of the Week.
Hi. So our question for this week is, does a catwalk machine or catwalk shuttle ever enter the red zone on a rig? So once again, does a catwalk machine or a catwalk shuttle ever enter the red zone of a rig? Please feel free to go ahead and write them in the comment section.
All right, man, this storm, if y'all thought I was kidding about there being a storm, I hope the sound outside verifies my story here. But I want to say thanks for Kamal. I'm really excited about that Rig Geek question. I think if you have any Rig Geeks that are maybe think you're experts on the different machinery that you see on a rig and where it goes, where it can, I'm interested to see if y'all know the answer to that question. So let us know, and Kamal will be back at the end of the show to let us know who got it right, who got it wrong. And so with that, I'd like to introduce our guests now. Today, we're going to be talking about field engineering and pipe handling and any of the upgrades to catwalks for those. So to talk about that, we have two excellent guests. I'm going to just do a short intro. I'm going to let them kind of tell you more about what they do here at NOV in the realm of talking about catwalk upgrades. But first, we're going to bring on Aleksander Taanevig and Sindre Ellingsen. Hello. So yeah, like I said, for that first question, can you tell us a little bit about first, who you are and what you do here at NOV?
So thank you, first of all, for having us on the show, and also to all of the viewers out there. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Yes.
My name is Aleksander Taanevig. I'm working as a sales engineer at NOV Aftermarket, more specifically field engineering. I've been working here with the company now for what is now soon to be 3 years. So field engineering is NOV Aftermarket's engineering group, which main task is to, assist customers in the field with upgrades and modifications. This can be anything from, increased KPI, speed and performance to more safety-related matters related to, enhancing reliability, etc. So basically what we do here is that we work closely together with our customers. We come up with a solution to their problem. We work together. Right.
So my name is Sindre Ellingsen. I'm a senior engineer. Been working with horizontal pipe handling equipment basically since 2007. Long story short, it's a bunch of machines. There's gantry cranes, catwalks, tubular shuttles, tailing arms. All of them basically machines bringing stuff in and out of drill floor. So now I'm working with the mechanical and hydraulic group in engineering and aftermarket. And that's where the market is these days. So it's really exciting.
Absolutely. And can you talk a little bit, usually we like to kind of start off with that first question, just general about this topic. Can you talk a little bit about field engineering as a whole and maybe catwalks and the upgrades around that kind of their role in field engineering?
Sure. So the thing is that we have so many upgrades available, but I'm going to start off with what we have called a multi-purpose tilt ramp, which is an invention that NOV has created. It's an add-on for the Catwalk machines and the Catwalk shuttles, which is now available for retrofit. So with this upgrade, you basically have a handling tool fitted to your Catwalk. And this enables you to move and transport items in and out of drill floor without using winches or other handling equipment. So also one of the best features that the tilt ramp introduces is that it has the ability to remove or install power slips in a quick and, of course, safe and efficient manner. You simply run the Catwalk in on the drill floor. You fasten and secure it with the slings, the power slips itself, also with this drill string hanging in well center, and then you slowly lift the slips straight up. So also one of the main benefits of using the tilt ramp versus, for example, winches is that you ensure a straight pull, so you won't apply more forces on one side compared to the other. So then when the slips is leveled and above the floor level, you open it, you run the Catwalk backwards and out of the way without having people on drill floor. So basically what I'm saying is that so from the moment you have attached the slings for the slips, you don't need people on drill floor until the slips is out and out of the way.
Wow, that's excellent. I think that's really cool. Especially my ears perk up when you say that it's something that can be retrofit. So I know just from my meager few years in the oil and gas industry, I know the importance of that and how great that is to be able to retrofit something to fit already existing rigs and technology out there. So I think that's really excellent. Can you tell me a little bit about, are there any examples of this or stories that you could share about it?
Yeah. So basically, you're having a problem. You have a client with a problem they want to solve, a wrong they want to make right. So, like Alex was talking about, power slips handling. There's tuggers in motion. There's there's rig motion. There's swinging of load. There's personnel in the red zone. An area I want to try to keep clear of. There's pinching hazards, drops hazards. Potential damage to equipment in general, and a lot of time consumption. So when a client approach aftermarket and engineering, then we're bringing them into a conversation, and they're asking us, is there other ways of bringing these power slips in and out? They've already seen the solution Alex presented, and which is great. They're asking, is there a different way of getting this in and out? So what's cool about our company and aftermarket and engineering in general, we get access to a vast amount of design and solutions. So that's real cool. We in this case, we had a client which were supposed to introduce a heavy tool cart. It's basically a cart you're putting up front of a Catwalk machine. So what we did in this case, we implemented this Christmas. We has a solution on a Christmas tree skid. This has this U shape, and that's a in-house design. And we implemented and incorporated that design into our cart. So we could do the same thing, and leave the string hanging, which is a major benefit. And eventually we tested the interface, and we did the strength and calculations, and we met with the engineers in Etten in Netherlands. They have the rotary, they have the top cover power slips, and it's all NOV, So we shared models between ourselves in-house, and we had multiple client meetings, and we brought the client into the design meeting, flipping the 3D model, discussing the solution before the final production. Just great communication, and eventually we manufactured this within less than a month. They needed it real quick, so it was great teamwork, and thanks to we purchased, they did a great job as well. So yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's very quick. But so I wanted to ask, I think a lot of times seeing stories like this and even seeing different concepts of new technology or upgrades is that's great, but a lot of times people are saying, oh, I want to know what's the word from the rig. So have you gotten any feedback from rigs actually putting these into work?
Yeah, so that's a great question. It would be only worse if we didn't have customer feedbacks. So and KPI is also only worse if you don't get some figures back. Basically we got confirmation from the rig. They're very excited. They did reduce the people in the red zone by half. They increased efficiency. Let's say, for example, you're talking about 30-35 minutes. Now maybe you can get down to 10-15 minutes as an example. It's and the overall flat time is very important to get rid of. I think that's a recurring question. How much faster can we do this? But again, their primary objective as well was the safety aspect of it. Covering the rotary hole, which it does. Dropped objects and still. It can do all the other stuff the original car could do, like handle the surface flow tree, the top drive assembly, pipe and casing modules, spider gimbal. A lot of, basically, for those who don't understand all of this, it's a lot of heavy stuff going in and out. So I just want to thank our client for putting their confidence in NOV and our upgrades in aftermarkets.
Absolutely. I think that's something I hear across the board when talking to a lot of the experts. We can't appreciate enough having great clients like that who work with us. And like you said, it's kind of a team effort. So that's really excellent. In this show, we kind of just do a quick we touch on subjects, we show people, videos and photos and cool stuff. Do you have any other marketing materials or any further reading people could do if they wanted to learn a little bit more specifically about the upgrades available?
Yeah, so we got, we're working constantly, on new flyers. We have product bulletins, improvement notifications, which we're trying to reach out to our clients. And that's the thing, that's what we want to do also through this channel, to try to reach out to customers, try to, explain and let them know about upgrades we've done and all the possibilities across rigs, which is, is a huge amount of stuff we could do. You have trolley upgrades, you have safe working load studies, you have this multi-purpose tilt ramp upgrades, you get new pipe tailing arms, new and improved. I can talk with this, all of these upgrades for hours. This is pipe measurements, feedback instrumentation upgrades. There's a long list of these upgrades our clients could incorporate into their existing rigs. So it's something about just they don't need to get to us every time to see something, but it's something about knowing about what's out there.
Absolutely. Now, and I do also want to ask, so not to call myself out here, but I'm sometimes the one that's like, you give me all the reading, but it's like, I just want to talk to somebody. I like to pick up the phone. Maybe that's going out with as the next generation comes up, not as much, but if someone did just want to reach out to someone directly, how could they do that? How could they get in touch with you guys?
So the easiest way of reaching us is actually just contacting us. We have a common aftermarket email address, which is ra-am@nov.com. And the people that you meet there is our test group, and they're a very capable group of people that will forward your inquiry to the correct department within the NOV aftermarket.
Absolutely. And I've had experience. I've actually had to, if people think, does anyone check these? I've had to use these, some of these shared inboxes that we have here at NOV when I've had questions either for the show or for in general doing stuff for marketing. And they really do. They get to it, they answer it, and they get you to the right person. So definitely a really great resource. So I know I'm kind of taking up a lot of your time asking these questions. So I don't want to ignore our audience too much. So I wanted to bring Kamal back on. And Kamal, do you have any questions that people are asking about for these guys?
Hi, Shelby. I have a couple of questions that we would like to go ahead and ask our interviewees. So what machines can you fit the multi-purpose tilt ramp to?
That's actually a good question. Since it's a handling tool, you would need a catwalk first of all. It doesn't matter if it's a catwalk shuttle or a catwalk machine. As long as you have a NOV delivered catwalk machine, you're fine. So what we do is we do all the initial checks. Can the structure take all the extra force? We work closely with our clients, figuring out what kind of safe working load they will require for their tilt ramp. And so basically, again, working together with our clients in the field. That's the way forward.
Okay, so I have one from LinkedIn. It's Gavin from LinkedIn, and he asks, do you have any standalone retrofit tailing devices for any areas of rig and or V doors?
I think actually that's a good question for Sindre.
Yeah, so we will be glad to address that question. The one flyer we did right now is mounted on a catwalk machine. So if the question is whether or not there's floor mounted tailing arms, we are moving forward with those as well, and we can look into the specifics. They can feel free to reach out to us through the common email, and we can dig it into the specific rig and make sure we can upgrade the ones they have.
Great. So following that, what is the easiest way of getting in touch with the field engineer, or just with field engineering?
So again, the way forward is just contacting the test group, and basically they will just forward the inquiry to us, and we will work together with all of the engineering departments we need to have a solution for the customer. Of course, you can also reach out to me or any of my colleagues here at Field Engineering directly. Of course, that's fine. You don't always have to go through the common email for aftermarket.
Awesome. And then the last one that we're gonna, from my side, it's gonna be, what is the SWL of heavy tool cart?
Sindre, you want to take that story again?
Yeah, sure. So the one we were looking at, previously, that's specifically for 40 metric tons. We usually make those for the most heaviest items, we're bringing in and out of drill floor. So, but you can get those carts from 20 metric tons to 60. So we're just tailor whatever the client needs. So no problem.
Excellent. Well, thank you both so much for coming on. I think this has been, I've really enjoyed it. Any chance, like I said, any chance to learn about how you can take existing stuff and retrofit it and make it even better. I think that's definitely something a lot of people out there are looking for. So I really appreciate you coming on and talking to us about that and taking time out of your day. So thank you so much, and happy St. Patrick's Day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, before we close out the show, I do want to bring Kamal back on. I saw some people guessing on that Rig Geek question. So we're going to, Kamal, if you could read that question one more time for us, and then we'll reveal the answer. Go ahead.
Of course. So the question was, does a catwalk machine or a catwalk shuttle ever enter the red zone on a rig? And drum roll, the answer is yes. It travels from outside drilling floor into the red zone. So congratulations to all of you that got it correct.
Yes, I love that. I was joking before the show, and I know this is a corny joke, but I don't care. I'm sticking with it. I'm going to say it on air. I think it'd be great. We should have a segment like entering the red zone. I think that would be so fun. But maybe that's just me. Maybe I am truly a rig geek now.
I'm right there with you.
But thank you so much, Kamal. I appreciate you doing the social and the rig geek today. So one more note before we do close out. Thank you all so much for watching. If you liked this, if you want to learn more about upgrades, we talked about that email. You could email them at ra-am@nov.com. But also, we are going to be talking about more upgrades available in the next few weeks on NOV Live. So if you want to know more, stay tuned, and you'll see very soon we'll be talking about more of those upgrades available. So thank you everyone for watching from all of us here at NOV Live. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next week.